Good morning and welcome to Coffee and Cosmos with Robin. My name is Robin Fritz and I am thrilled to be here today to share a subject we can talk about together, and I welcome your comments and your input here. So today I want to talk about how important it is to love ourselves first. And that's a really tough question for all of us. And I want to get into it with you and just see what you think about it. But first, we're going to do a couple of other things like get grounded and balanced with the Crystal Fallon. So again, welcome to Coffee and Cosmos with Robin. My name is Robin Fritz. I'm an intuitive and spiritual consultant and a certified past life regression specialist. I'm based in Seattle, Washington, and I'm thrilled to host the Om Times radio show on Monday afternoons at 2 Pacific time. It's the practical, intuitive, mind, body, spirit for the real world, and just love sharing that with you every week. So as we get started today talking about why it's important to love ourselves first and why that is not egotistical, let's imagine that we're getting ourselves grounded and balanced here in this space with us today. This is our time that Om Times has helped us through humanity healing to come together, mind, body, and spirit, and share in community. So as you focus on the crystal, let's take a moment to just get ourselves grounded and balanced here together with each other, everywhere we are in the world. So if you take your attention to the top of your head, take a deep breath, mind, body, and spirit, and just imagine yourself connecting to the energy of this crystal, however your intuition works most strongly, seeing, hearing, feeling, or knowing. So take your attention to the top of your head and just breathe down your body and let the cares of the day wash away so you're here and ready for us today. So breathing down from the top of your head, down your face, your shoulders, your chest, your hips, your knees, and your feet. The top of your head to the bottom of your feet. And just feel yourself getting grounded and balanced. And now as you breathe up from the bottom of your feet to the top of your head, you're welcome to welcome this wonderful energy into your body today to help clear out blocks and get you balanced here. So breathing up from your feet, past your knees, your hips, your chest, your shoulders, your face, and the top of your head, your crown chakra. So welcome. Thank you for joining us. Thank all of you for chiming in and saying hello to me and to each other. And today, and I love your little comments and your little emoji. What do you call those? Emoticons? They're cute. So thank you for joining us. So today I wanted to talk about how important it is to love ourselves first. Now, I know our first reaction to that is that it's egotistical, and we have enough of egotistical people in the world, or that we should put others ahead of ourselves, and actually that would be wrong. Self-love is the essential thing that we need to grow our souls. It means that, we chose our current bodies to grow our souls, and one of the things that we need to learn in every lifetime is how to love ourselves. Now, especially in the United States in the last few weeks, there's been a lot of dissension, a lot of back and forth about how people treat each other. And I think the bigger issue is self-love, and it's one many of us struggle with. And it's really ironic, isn't it? Because we hear about love all the time. We think about it all the time. We're caught up in our busy lives. And especially if you're a woman in particular, anywhere in the world, you're taught to put everybody above yourself. So women especially here love yourself first, and they think that's not right, that they must be doing something wrong if they do that. And really that's the key for us today, because if you've joined my broadcasts in the past, you know that I work as a medium, and it was my work as a medium talking with the dead, both human and animal, that I learned the biggest problem we all have is that we don't love ourselves enough, that we lack self-love, and as a result, we're not claiming our power to be our best selves and the wonderful work that each of us came here to do. is a little stymied then, isn't it? So we feel we're not worthy of love, that we're not good enough, we feel insecure. And the truth of it is, we all demonstrate love every day. And, it could be as simple as smiling at a stranger, taking an extra moment to be kind to our friends, taking a moment to get ourselves grounded and balanced and just put our hands on our hearts and say, I love myself, I am good enough. Um, Even enjoying the sunset is a part of love. No, Marlene, I don't have cards, but if you have a deck that you like, let me know. I kind of curious about them. So here's the thing. We think because we're make mistakes, that we don't always do the right thing, that we're not completely perfect, meaning everything isn't 100% exactly like we want it, and that somehow that means we're not worthy. What that really means is that we're learning to love ourselves, right? If you turn it around and look at that way. Um, so we think if we're imperfect, we're less worthy. And I'd like everyone especially I have this issue too, and I know it. I was raised to think I wasn't good enough because I was female. And that's really not the truth for any of us. When we choose to love ourselves first, okay, we choose to accept ourselves regardless. So it's okay to make a mistake. It's okay to pick up the wrong thing at the grocery store. It's okay when we're overtired. It's even okay when we're upset with ourselves or overtired and maybe yell at the kids or whatever. It's okay because we know that we keep striving to be the best that we can be. And so when we claim our power to be our best, right? Even when we mess up, then we can relish our homes, our jobs, ourselves, our kids, our human and animal kids, each other, our friends and family, the countries that we live in. And so by choosing to love ourselves first, exactly, we are enough. And that is what we need to continue to grow our souls. So at the end of end of our lives, we'll go, oh yeah, I made that mistake, but I learned from it. Or maybe I didn't learn from it, but I'm learning from it. As you go through your life, we're learning through it in the afterlife, and we're learning from it in our next life. So I want each of you to know that you are enough in yourselves, that you are worthy of love because you are here, because you are working on whatever job it is you came here to do. So whenever you think I'm not good enough, that I don't look like I should, that I make mistakes and therefore I don't love myself, turn it around and say, I'm growing from those mistakes. I'm growing from the great things that I do. And we're going to keep growing and learning and being our best selves, because that's what we're here to do. So I'm happy to take some questions here. We're also going to talk about the crystal of the week, which I've got sitting right here beside me. Eliza, I'm so happy. So Eliza's going through a custody battle and separation, and today she's seen posts about strong women and self-love. Signs, coincidence, synchronicity. I don't know, Eliza, but I felt like that was the subject we all needed to hear today. If you're a United States citizen, you especially needed to hear it today, but we all do, all over the world. And whatever it takes for you to go out and love yourselves today, go do it. And one of my favorite practices, and I get out of that, but the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning, and the first thing you do when you go to sleep at night, cross your hands over your heart and love yourselves. That's inviting healing energy to come in, to soothe the cares of the day, to triumph with you at your triumphs, and to remind yourself that loving yourselves first is the key to helping yourself love other people, to do the best job that we can in the world, whatever it is, to enjoy a perfect sunset, whatever it is. Cross your hands over your heart, morning and night, before you get up, as you go to bed. And honestly, I promise you that will help you feel better and appreciate how awesome you are. Because, each of us are here growing our souls but each of us came here to do something. Whatever that is, the world needs you doing it. Yes, Misty, I love that. We are all amazing and strong and divine. And let me see here. So, yes, so thank you all for joining me today. So, any questions, other comments? Well, I like those thumbs up. Give a thumbs up to yourself because honestly, this space here that Own Times is created for us is a space for us to share and to grow together. Carolyn, how do you know when you have found your path? Wow, that's a tough question. You know, I didn't know for many years all of the different things that I came here to do. But I think when you feel like you're doing the right thing every day, um, when you make a decision to take a path to move forward in your life. So you may choose that job, or you may choose to go out to dinner with that friend. You choose to be the best you can. You choose to stand up for yourself. And it doesn't mean you have to be nasty to other people. It means, hey, that's a mistake. That's not what I said, or that's not what I meant. How do we create the best business? How do we create the best family? You keep moving forward with that. And maybe they're the little signs that when you go to bed at night, you think, well, this is the great thing that I learned today, and this is the thing that I'm going to work on tomorrow. And I think that's our path. Our path is growing ourselves so that we keep moving forward. We keep learning new things about ourselves, and we keep growing in that. It is my great privilege as an intuitive and spiritual consultant and a past life regression specialist to work with clients who have questions, have doubts, who need their homes cleared because they've just bought new property, who are going through all kinds of things. And particularly with past life regression, with looking intuitively at people and their issues together with them as we learn and grow and share, is finding out how amazing our souls are and how much we've learned in our previous lifetimes and how much we continue to learn by the simple little thing of loving ourselves. Yes, Misty, exactly. Baby steps. Kim, it's all going to be here live, but really I'm just talking about loving ourselves first, that taking that big step of forgiving ourselves when we make a mistake, to recognizing the mistakes we make, to learning from them, to also recognizing the great things that we do. So many times we think we're not good enough, that we made this mistake and therefore we're horrible. I make mistakes every single day. I get impatient sometimes with my animals, and I forget that their souls in bodies growing their souls too, and they have their ways of thinking. And so it's all just learning to accept each other and to grow together and remembering that we are worthy and good enough. Yes, Misty, we are all amazing and strong and divine. That's, oh, we keep working on it, right? If we were absolutely perfect, I think that would kind of like be boring. Well, maybe I'd get to be a jockey, except I'd never be tiny enough for that. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. And so those of you who say that you're filled with rage and despair or anger or concern or worry, put your hands over your hearts and let that loving, healing energy just come in. Give yourself permission to allow that self-love to come in. And I know I struggled with this my whole life, so I know what it's like to think I'm not good enough or I could have been better. But every day is a learning experience, and so look forward to every day as an opportunity to learn to love yourself more, to learn to look at everything as something that gives us more information on how amazing the world is, and how by learning to love ourselves first, by accepting ourselves, regardless of the mistakes we made, that's allowing that soul growth to occur. And really, that's allowing ourselves to reach out and help other people. It's similar to the concept that your flight attendant will tell you when you get on the airplane, put your oxygen mask on first because otherwise you can't help the people you're traveling with. That's the thing. Putting our oxygen mask on first is putting ourselves first in terms of loving ourselves. Because if we don't love ourselves, what we're giving to other people, including our kids, including our family, our neighbors, our workmates, the other people who live in our country, it's not putting out our best. And that means that they aren't their best either. And striving to be our best is how we get there. And that's worth it. So you're all worth it. And this is a crystal I wanted to share with you today. Again, I've shared this crystal before. It's carnelian, and isn't this interesting? Kind of a heart-shaped crystal, regardless of what direction you point it in. Carnelian is considered a root chakra crystal, so it's like survival, and really self-worth issues are part of it. But this particular carnelian works as a heart chakra crystal with all of my clients who come to me for sessions. And I think that's really important is, first of all, to find a crystal that works for you, regardless of what the books say about it. But carnelian is a really great crystal because it helps us overcome the negative self-conditioning, the idea that we're not good enough, right? Root chakra, so survival, so taking care of ourselves, that's all part of what carnelian is good for. It also protects us against other people's resentment and anger, so it helps us develop a love of life. And so that will bolster us when we make a mistake and you go, oh my God, I did that terrible thing. That was wrong. It's just learning. It's all learning. We're growing from our mistakes as we're growing from the things that we do right. And what we do right every day is get up and continue to love ourselves. And that allows us to love everyone else around us. It works. Trust me, it works. So I want to thank you all for joining me today. And let me know what you're thinking about this. You're welcome to contact me on my Facebook page, The Practical Intuitive Robin M. Fritz. You can also connect with me at my website, robinfritz.com. The connections are listed here at the top of the broadcast. I offer personal and business intuition, animal communication, mediumship, space clearing, soul regression, hypnotherapy, which allows us to look at past lives as our souls have seen them, and a process I call soul progression clearing that helps clear out our blockages. But I'm here today to support all of you, to support Om Times and Humanity Healing. And I'd love for you to join me on my radio show this afternoon at omtimes.com radio. It's The Practical Intuitive at 2 Pacific time. I don't know what that is around the world. It's 5 on the East Coast of the United States. But my special guest today is my friend and a pioneer in animal communication, Joan Ranquet. And we're talking about the practical aspects of the human-animal bond. And love figures very prominently in that. So thank you for joining me today. Now let's end by reminding ourselves how much we love ourselves and how we can take that love out into the world to heal conflicts, to heal our own broken hearts at times, and to make that world a better place because we're all loving each other. So cross your hands on your heart, breathe in healthy, positive energy, breathe into your palms, so that you feel that breath on your palms. Just imagine that as healing energy and put your palms back over your heart. Breathing in self-love and love for all of us. So thank you for joining me today. I will be back next week. I look forward to being here with you. And let me know if I can help you. And please join me this afternoon on my radio show. Thank you from wherever you joined us around the world. Take care.